Well, I think the scariest experience that we had ever was, it occurred at night.
We weren't under sail.
We weren't under sail. We were actually anchored here, just on the other side of the bridge in Naragana. And we were anchored next to another boat, and the other boat started to drag. And when the other boat dragged, two boats bumped. And when the two boats bumped, we woke up in a panic and we're like, okay, we've got to re-anchor.
And there was a storm?
There was a big storm. There was a lightning strike, like every 2 seconds. Bam, bam, everywhere. And so after we re-anchored and we knew the boat was in a better position away from the other boat, I said, well, I'm going to get in the dinghy and I'm going to check to see if there's damage. And when I got in the dinghy, I was not starting the motor. I was just holding onto the side of the boat and working my way forward and looking at the hull. Lightning is striking everywhere around me.
Whoa.
And there was this much water in the dinghy and a rope in the dinghy that went into the ocean and tied off on the front of the dinghy. And I think what happened was there was electrical current, a lightning strike hit behind me.
Whoa.
And when it hit behind me, I saw like little sparks coming off my fingertips. And that's when I was like, okay, I need to.
Yeah. Lightning's probably the scariest.
The lightning storm was the scariest thing for sure.
But you had another experience lightning, right?
We weren't on the boat when it happened, but this last November when we came back to the boat, there were a lot of problems and a lot of things didn't work. And we had been told that our ceiling fell down.
Yeah, we had a friend who we called here and we said, can you go start our refrigerator and get it ready? We'll be there in a couple days. And he called us back and said, yeah, I went on your boat and your ceiling had been knocked down. We're like, our ceiling got knocked down? How did that happen? And sure enough, what happened was lightning hit the mast, traveled through the mast, and blasted our wood finish on the ceiling and splintered it throughout the boat.
And so we started putting things together because the solar panels didn't work anymore.
Solar panels didn't work, the batteries had stopped working.
Melted wires.
A lot of the electronics in the boat were melted, so lightning.
So, yeah. So that sounds like lightning happened. But we weren't on the boat at the time, but we're still repairing things that were caused by it.
Somebody told me here in San Blas that if you have a boat, it gets hit by lightning on average once every 2 years. So the funny thing is not long before our boat was hit by lightning, in fact, the time when I was in the dinghy and had the electricity come to my fingertips, the very next day, there was another boat here that a friend of ours had that got struck by lightning in the exact same spot.
So don't stop that.
Yeah,
Don't put your anchor.
we're learning now that if you get away from the mainland, because that's where a lot of the electricity comes off the mountains and the storms get very big with the lift of the air. So they say if you get away from the mainland, the further away you get, the less likely your odds are of getting struck by lightning. But I don't think anybody can nail it down. There's no system to prevent you from getting hit by lightning. You're basically a floating lightning rod out here. So you really have to just be careful in the storms. Don't touch anything metallic. If you have electronics that are valuable, disconnect them during a lightning storm, things like that.